Today is my second day in Chicago. I got here yesterday. Tonight I'm going to Bad Hunter. It's a veg-forward restaurant. It's mostly vegetables, and they do have like meat on the menu and animal products on the menu, but they have a lot of vegan options. I'm going with my best friend from college's mom and her best friend who's vegan, and they are just so awesome and fun, and I can't wait to see them. My Chicago trip is off to a start. Just got back from Bad Hunter. Honestly, I really liked it. The fried apples were incredible. Like, it was just such a unique dish that I was like, I have to get this. It was literally like apples that were like battered and fried. They had this like apple-y kind of sauce, but also like a hot sauce. They had some like nuts on it, so it was like a sweet and savory. Crispy carrots were good. I liked them a lot more than I thought I would. I feel like things in restaurants are always like less crispy than I want them to be, like Brussels sprouts in particular. So I wasn't expecting these to be super crispy, but they actually were. They were really good. The sauce, like just all the flavor, there were just so many like unique, interesting flavors like blended together differently. But I have to say, the roasted cauliflower head, which you would expect to be like the star of the show because it's like the only vegan entree. It was so, I don't want to say disappointing because I already didn't think it was going to be good. I've never had this in a restaurant before, like the whole roasted cauliflower, like everyone's doing it. It's not that good. The concept is cool. It's a cool presentation, but it's so hard to really get the flavors in all the crevices and the nooks and crannies. And then for me, I like my cauliflower like roasted and kind of crispy and slightly caramelized. And so if you're lucky, the outside will get that way, but like the inside's not gonna get like that when you roast the entire thing. And the outside wasn't even like that. Do not want to forget to mention the dessert, which was the pistachio ice cream. It's an oat milk base, and then it's pistachio flavored. The one thing with that is that I felt that the chocolate chips were a little bit overkill. Like there were a lot of chocolate chips, and I just had like a chocolate flavor when I really wanted to taste like the pistachio. That was the only thing about the ice cream, but the texture and the flavor was delicious. So that was the dinner. Overall, I loved it. If I had to rate it, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Great meal at Bad Hunter. Stay tuned. I think I'm close, but the GPS brought the Uber to some other street. Lost in Chicago. Had a really nice dinner at, I almost said Plant Food and Wine, at Althea. It has a really beautiful view of the city. I kind of liked it better when it was still light out. When it got dark, it just didn't have the same charm, I didn't think, but it was definitely the most pretty Matthew Kenny restaurant I've been to. There were a lot of crossover menu items between there and Plant Food and Wine, which I thought was interesting. Truffle flatbread was really good. The truffle cheese on the cheese plate was probably my favorite, so I guess I'm kind of a truffle gal. We were there for like 3 hours, which is so crazy because we were basically there for happy hour. Got there around 5 and left at like, wait, were we there for 4 hours? Yeah, holy shit. Got there at 5 and we left around 9. Were we there for 4 hours? You know, when two vegans get together, it's just like, it was just a really wonderful dinner. All right, I'm tired, gotta go to bed. I'm working early again tomorrow. My watch is dead. I don't know why I'm looking at it. Bye. It's the next night in Chicago. There's a pretty gnarly snowstorm. We had dinner plans to go to this place called Chicago Diner. It's like a little bit outside of like downtown, I think. I don't know what I'm talking about though. Classic diner, but it's all vegetarian, a lot of vegan stuff. I'm gonna meet up with Judy, and we're gonna go, we're gonna drive to the Chicago Diner. And I'm excited to drive in her car because it's a Tesla Model 3 and I've never driven in one, and it'll be cool. And I was like, are you sure you're okay like driving in the snow? She's like, it'll be fine. And she's like, the things we do for our cause, being vegan food. I'm like, yep. I never regret a good vegan meal, so. Dinner was great. The Tesla was amazing, possibly the highlight of the night. It was super cute, had a great vibe. The menu just, it was one of those things where like, she was like, the nachos are good. And then I had seen the Reuben, I had heard the Reuben was good. She's like, the Reuben's good. And I was like, okay, let's just get those two things and share them. I knew if I read the whole menu, I'd be so overwhelmed and I'd be like second guessing everything. That's it for tonight. Just gonna relax and hopefully go to bed early tonight. Happy Valentine's Day! I have a hot date at a vegan restaurant. Judy and I had been trying to get into Althea for a Valentine's Day dinner. They're doing like a prefix, like coursed out dinner, which like normally you're like, oh, that's a racket, it's overpriced, this and that, but like for that kind of food, like that's actually like a treat. They were completely booked, there was no way we were gonna get in. So then I realized that there is a place here called No Bones Beach Club, and I had actually seen this place on Instagram in Portland. And so I'm in Chicago and I find out they have a location here. They also have a location in Seattle. So I was sort of like, you know what? I almost would rather go there than back to Althea, because like I've been to Althea, like love Matthew Kenny restaurants, but like I have a ton of them on the East Coast and I can go pretty much anytime, and like this I'll really only have the opportunity to do while I'm here. So that's where we're gonna head tonight. I'm so hungry, but I'm not snacking. Bringing my biggest appetite possible because there's so many things I wanna try. Anyway, so I'm going to leave soon, and I'll show you guys what we get.
Oh, come on, perform, Car. This is so embarrassing.
From dinner. All right, No Bones Beach Club. As you guys saw, the vibe in there is crazy. It's all like tropical and basically the opposite of how it is outside in Chicago right now, which it's like, I think 5 or 10 degrees out. It's super casual. You order at the counter, you sit down, there's like a big thing of water, you get your own water, you get your own little like plates, you get your own to-go boxes. Like, I really kind of like that style, and the food was really good. I love like saucy, crispy, flavorful, spicy dishes, and a lot, like most of the stuff we got was exactly like that. My favorite thing was probably the wings that we got. My second favorite thing were the amaze balls, which were basically fried mac and cheese balls. So much of the stuff was gluten-free, which is crazy. Like the amaze balls were gluten-free, the wings were gluten-free, which you're like, how do they make those gluten-free? My camera's dying, so that's it for tonight, it was a great Valentine's Day. Got to ride in the Tesla again, very fun. How do I position this to show as little of my messy room as possible? Sunday night, almost 5 o'clock, and I'm about to meet up with my friend from college to go out to dinner. I actually haven't seen him since we graduated, so almost 10 years ago. Tonight should be good. I'll take some videos of what we get, and I will check back in later.
So this is how we do it normally. So you take this,
Yeah.
break it with your thumb,
Okay.
take some of this, put it in here.
Okay.
You take your spoon, you take a little bit of that, put it in. This is the sweet stuff. And then make sure you mix that with this.
Wow.
And then let's see what happens.
Good? Just as good as you remember?
It's all right. It's not like home, but it's good.
Really?
Yeah.
I am leaving Chicago today. It's been a long trip. I'm tired. I am excited to go home, but I also had the best time here. Just like whenever I travel, I feel like I just want to try as many different vegan restaurants in that city as I can, and as you saw, I clearly did that. I never gave an update on the last 2 restaurants I went to. So the other night I went to Sunda or Sunda. It's an Asian fusion place, and as you saw, they had like a vegan menu, which was really cool. The Brussels sprout salad was probably my favorite. It was just really good flavors. It was like crispy shaved Brussels sprouts, which is probably my favorite style of Brussels sprouts. And then we went to, I forget the place, but I will put it, Moti maybe? It was an Indian street snack place. So that was cool. They only had like a couple vegan things on the menu, and that's what we got. And they were both really good. Just a nice little like dinner of like 2 different places. Like didn't eat too much in either place. Like just kind of sampled things from each place, which was cool. And then last night I actually went down to my hotel restaurant and had dinner there. A coworker was eating there too, so we kind of like shared food, and he's also vegan. So I tried I forget what it's called. It's like the bread, like the tomato bread, pan con tomate or something. It's like a Spanish style thing. They like rub tomato on like toast. That was good. The olives were really good, flavorful. Couscous was probably my favorite thing. It was just really good. There was like chickpeas in there, lots of vegetables, this like smoky aioli kind of thing. So that was my last meal. I'm leaving soon. I'm gonna check out of the hotel, and then I have about an hour to kill. I think I'm gonna walk over to the Bean because I never went, and it's such a Chicago staple, I feel. So I think I'll walk over there, try to get some coffee, and then I will head to the airport and go home. Can't come soon enough. But that was my vegan in Chicago vlog. I had the best time. The restaurants were amazing. If I had to give a favorite restaurant award, oh God. Okay, favorite meal was Bad Hunter. It was my first meal here, and I just was really impressed with what they're able to do, especially being that they're not a fully vegan restaurant. Honestly, that sourdough bread that I got, I thought about that bread and those flavors like pretty much throughout my whole trip to Chicago. Just like that like kind of charred bread flavor with the like creaminess. It was so good. That was my favorite meal, but then I also want to like, you know, I loved Chicago Diner. It was so cute. It was just, like I said, the type of place I want to go back to again and again and again because everything on the menu looked amazing. It was such a diverse menu. And then I also loved No Bones Beach Club. It was just such a fun atmosphere. Like I said, they also have them in Seattle and Portland. So if you're in Chicago, Seattle, or Portland, I definitely recommend checking that place out. So those are kind of like my standouts. If you're in Chicago, highly recommend going to all the places I went. There was no place that I was like, this isn't very good. So that's it for my Chicago trip. Like this video if your mouth started watering at any point. Subscribe for more vegan and low waste content, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.